Oh, hey. Bam. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Hang on. Chat amongst yourselves for a moment. The cameras have all gone to poop on OBS, so give me a moment. Yes, I got. See, Hellhound, you spoke too soon. We were doing well. Oh, hang on.
Hello.
We're almost
This is
going to be okay here.
the Scarred Adventure Sexy Corner, where we talk about
Oh,
sexy
God.
things like
I'm going as
mountain
fast as I
range,
can, people. I really am. I'm going as fast as I can.
chocolate sherbet.
Oh, anybody that saw last night's episode, dark cocoa chocolate and and salted caramel. That's what that was. This is what happens when you have Willow as your guest star on a Fun Shot Friday, and you go to a bar based on kitchen ASMR. So yeah, that's what we did last night. They went to a bar and found hot chocolate bombs, and yes, a good time was had by all. Okay, we're almost there. Yay. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, so now we know what channel we're on because I screwed it up. So now that we know we're here,
I'm in here
My
twice
name-
here.
Am I going crazy, or are there two bisons?
Yeah, there's 2 bisons.
Oh, I got 2 bisons and no. Oh my god.
No Frankies.
It's all the drugs. I'm telling you, it's all the drugs. No,
Whatever you want, I want some.
Hey kids, remember, if a strange man offers you drugs, say thank you. Drugs are expensive.
Yeah, nobody's coming to this channel for life advice, so go ahead. Yeah, give bad advice. It's all good.
You know, when a strange man offers you to get into his white van, say thank you.
That's yeah. No, white vans are common as dirt. You don't have to say thank you for that. You should just run.
No, I mean he's offering to give you a ride to where you need to go.
That's true.
Ride.
Say thank you, then run away. Yes, I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 8-ball. That's a Mahoshi. That's a Frankie. And this down here is a me. So we're good finally. Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
my name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and it always happens like this. It is Saturday. It is time for Corsairs of the Cosmos, which is a scum and villainy game, which is a Forged in the Dark game by Strauss Asimovich and John LaBeouf Little. The character sheets are by Tim Dene, Jacob Osinghouse, and Chris McDonald, all from Evil Hat Productions. We are using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop. The imagery is from Pixabay. The music is from Bensound. The face rig is from Face Rig. The high-def character art is used using Hero Forge, and the other high-def character art is used doing a cookie who does your art for you. Wonderfully talented, also a face painter as well.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And she's about to do my hair again, too.
excellent. Well, you spoke first, so let's talk to you first. These wonderful players that are joining us tonight for this game of mayhem and fun, blaster fire and bad decisions, as it says in the book. Mahoshi, played for us by Solar. I know you're doing all kinds of other stuff when you're not here, so fill us in.
I've recently gotten back into my roleplay game, Bleach the Darkness Within. You can always find me on the Discord channel and hit me up there. I can provide you the links, especially to my own Discord channel for that. I've also started streaming a little bit more. It actually helps relieve some of the stress I've been going through.
Yes, it does.
But a lot of what I've been playing recently, though, is Fortnite, which I'm going to play later on tonight, if anybody's interested.
Oh yeah,
Also,
shoot stuff to relax.
Oh yeah. I also
Right in
have
the
Fall
face.
Guys. I was playing with someone the other day. A friend of mine recently bought Rust for me, so I've been playing that too.
Ooh, yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
That one's interesting. I need to get a little better hang of it. I can't play the controller with it, so it's all keyboard. I'm not used to that.
Takes some getting used to for sure. I'm getting used to a new controller too. Mine is a steering wheel, and that'll be happening later tonight too. But I'm not streaming it because I'm really bad still. Next, visiting us tonight and playing one of our many characters. I had him in 2 places before. He's that amazing. Bison playing varying groups of people for us. No more spoilers from there.
You can say I wear different heads.
You wear different heads. Yeah, absolutely. When you're not wearing these heads, what else are you doing?
Well, I'm working on a Cyberpunk Red campaign, still in the processes of moving things from the book, which is amazing, to Roll20, which is very complicated.
Yeah, it is definitely a challenge.
Yeah, other than that, you'll find me playing usually SnowRunner with Roostbar on Twitch. You can also find me and the memes I repost on Twitter as Tricenbacks. Let me just doink, so you know how to spell that.
Tricenbacks on Twitter. Yes. And you're and I have to say, you've actually got me back into Twitter. I kind of got out of it because it was just a little hate-filled pile of ooze. But you found some good people in there, and I have just been riding your good vibes right down. There's a great TTRB RPG community out there. It's just surrounded by the trash that is most of Twitter. So.
Smash.
What's the
Don't worry about it,
phrase? You can either go to the website that tells you what your parents are doing and also commit streaming, or you can go to the site that Nazis scream at you.
Yes, for not being sufficiently like them. It seems to be what a lot of Twitter is for. But a man who was like no
D&D
one.
Twitter.
Well, there's where everybody is. It's really impressive considering how foul the rest of that universe is. But speaking of all those things, brings us to the person I almost didn't put his face up tonight. Frankie, played for us by the Scarred Adventurer. I'm going to sit back because it takes a while for you to tell us all the shit that you're doing, and you keep adding to it. So go while I drink coffee.
Yes, I'm here to talk to you about 2 things today. Today, I'm going to talk to you firstly about the scarredadventure.com, the website that I run with a bunch of other wonderful people. I have not been putting a lot of stuff up there lately because I've been working on another project for the last couple of weeks, and it has been taking up a lot of my time. That project is a podcast I've been working on called Mentally Misfit, a podcast where we talk about mental illness, the view that society has on it, as well as an attempt to decrease the stigma surrounding it. So it will be hopefully awesome and amazing. We have the first episode being recorded on Monday, and then the first episode actually being released sometime later.
Sometime after Monday. That is, that I found there's a very secret phrase for those of us that stream and record stuff and then have to put it on another platform later. It will be after this date. You can say that comfortably. It will be after Monday.
Absolutely be after Monday.
It might be very early Tuesday, or it might be next Monday, but it will definitely be after Monday.
It may be a year from now, but still.
It won't, because I will chase you down, and it will be up.
I'm very aware. It's just I'm the one that's going to have to do all the editing and everything. So I'm looking forward to that.
You got a whole big happy community over there at Discord. Lots of them do editing and would like to be more than happy to help you, me included. I mean, you've seen the crappy editing I do. If you want that sort of complete lack of talent, let me know. I tell people that I leave it bad on purpose because it makes it feel more real. It's because I don't like editing, and I'm not going to sit down and watch the whole thing again and cut all the crappy bits. So that's why. Anyway, now that my secret's out, we are here to play a game tonight of Space Pirates, Corsairs of the Cosmos. And we're going to get to that in 1 second. But first, the news. Hello, I'm Vindicta Necesse, and this is the new truth. Our top story this evening is an update from Operation Asshole. Admiral Givener has the latest. Admiral? Thank you, Vindicta, and might I say you're looking well this evening. What? What do you mean I can't say that? Stick to the script, you say? Shit. The latest challenge facing our soldiers on the ground are the slippery kinetic inversion networks, or skins as the soldiers insist on calling them. It is a yellow force field you can't see until you step on it, and then it flips you upside down and you bang the back of your head on the ground. It's rather painful, but it is embarrassing in particular, especially when an arsehole shows up afterwards and unloads on you whilst you wait. Insult added to injury, you see. Now, we want people to know that this war is no joke. We intend to suppress our enemies with violence and overwhelming power. Back to you, Vindicta. Thank you, Admiral. In other news, things in our sector continue on perfectly normally, as though nothing is going on. There are definitely no cracks appearing in government structures or government figures. Lord Malkeith himself reminds us that everything is fine. Just keep working and don't do drugs. I'm Vindicta Necesse, and this is the new truth. The information we think you should know. Good night. That's it. Everything else just... Oh, hey, we are back. Okay, bang. That one. There we go. Apparently I'm having to manually hit stuff, but never mind. Anyway.
Don't hit too hard then.
On the deck, on the bridge of the Rebel Dalliance, your history trailing behind you like the fiery remains of an asteroid that has smashed through a planet's atmosphere. Bodies, drug addicts, wars. And that was all on Tuesday. Mihoshi and Frankie, you are sitting on the bridge of the Rebel Dalliance. There is one job left on Rebel's list. You can hear him banging in the closet, but the Rebel Dalliance will not let him out.
That kind of banging.
Yes. So, the two of you have a moment alone. What do you do?
I just slyly reach into a bag of stuff I've prepared, and I just pull out this game of Twister.
Oh, sounds like fun. Let's play.
Excellent.
It is
You be the
3D.
spinner.
It is 3D Space Twister. It is an actual holographic cube with dots on the inside of all the surfaces. It's like a die. And the two of you get inside it and start to play 3D Space Twister. The trick is, neither one of you is particularly tied down by reality in any way, shape, or form. There have been unexplained teleportations. Worlds have popped into and out of cartoon existence in the presence of either of you at any given moment. So, to my head, this looks like a fight between two plates of spaghetti. It's constantly, somebody just says, purple left foot. And there's only two of you playing, and yet 4 left feet are reaching out for purple dots on the inside of this cube. You go through each other in various sorts of strange and some people would say uncomfortable ways. But this is the weirdest part of this. This is a game of Twister that would go on forever if it were not interrupted. Because when you have no bones and physics doesn't matter, there is no limit to what you can do. From down the hallway, you hear pfft as the door to one of the staff rooms opens. At this point, I will hand off. I'm assuming that there is musical accompaniment.
Actually, no. Mr.
Okay.
Bones, what happens is the first thing that the bridge notices is the smell. Spray paint. Lots of spray paint.
Yep.
And
You can hear
there
the
isn't-
yeah.
And then just before you hear the door open, nobody walks through. Ah, crap, I missed a spot. And out walks
Out walks.
out walks Mr. Bones. What you see is what should have been 8-Ball's body, except gleaming white, and everybody's gone.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, sorry. I had to notice
It's
that.
okay. Hang on. Bang, 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 bang. I fixed it. I can put you guys back in just a second here. You talk, I fix.
All right.
I thought I had this.
He has I'm Saga now. Okay.
That's okay. Just
Ah,
do the
Mr.
voice.
Bones.
Just,
Yes.
So, Mr. Bones has a red vest with a gold trim, and does he have a bow tie? Yeah, I think he actually has a little black bow tie. And he's wearing a pink, we'll call it a jockstrap, bikini sling, something that's noticeably bulged. Banana hammock. That 8-Ball does not have the bulge for it. Something's there that's not supposed to be there. He has a
4-Ball, isn't it?
No, actually, 4-Ball has its own joke. Jesus Christ.
So reeking of fresh spray paint, Mr. Bones comes down the hall. For people that can only see the little tiny miniature, you said the white body and the bow tie. What does his head look like?
It is a human skull.
Gold plated though, right? Solid gold,
plated,
right?
Entirely solid gold with fresh white veneers. He has eyebrows.
You can see the brand name on the back of them if you walk around and look through.
He's wearing a wizard hat. It's got white stars on it.
Absolutely.
The blue with the white stars. And he's smoking a very, very large, comically large cigar.
Yes.
And it's just sticking out through. You actually notice that 2 of his teeth are missing, so it has a spot.
Yep. Absolutely. There's a spot. Yeah.
When he's finally got everything figured out, he steps in and he's like, ta!
And I'm just going to add one thing from the picture. Out of the cigar is this tiny little sort of smoke ifrit figure that's sitting there going in the wind.
Yes.
In the non-existent wind. You're reeking of spray paint. Do we also smell cigar, or is the cigar odor free?
The cigar is not
Is it just
odor-free.
spray paint? Okay.
It is, the spray paint overshadows it.
Okay.
But it's definitely going to smell.
You can see a small burn mark on the shoulder where he was spray painting and the cigar caught it on fire. It was
No, he's sitting there waiting. He's like, now's your cue, buddy. And what you see is 4-Ball, but he has a skull mask over. It's a rubber skull mask. It's just big enough for him. It's slightly tilted.
And it tilts to the side, yeah.
Slightly tilted to the side so he can see.
Yep.
And this
That's right, he's only got one eye.
4-Skull.
4-Skull.
That is 4-Skull. And he's got with him 2 little plastic skulls on a chain that are spitting sparkles. And that's what he's floating around. He's floating around Bones, and the skulls are
4-Skull in 10 years ago. Oh, no. So the 2 of you... you leap into the room and go, ta-da, expecting to make an entrance. The human spaghetti factory is going on over there playing 3D. Do you guys even look?
Like 4 different heads from Mihoshi turn and look at him and all of them in unison.
Come out of the hole.
What in the hell? All 4 of them.
Miss me?
Frankie just kind of walks out of there, and only like his body walks out, but all of the arms and everything that he grew for this are still in there.
Everything that's still touching a dot. Yeah, you're still playing. Yeah, I got
you. He just kind of walks out. And you see, now he's dressed head to toe, full kind of mafioso look.
Okay, yeah.
A cigar and goes, so you think you're a tough guy, eh? I'll show you what a tough guy is.
And he's just like, waiting.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be you? Oh, okay, sorry.
And from the closet you hear, boom, boom, boom. Hey, can somebody let me out?
I recognize that laugh. He just Mr. Bones sort of slowly walks over. He walks like Shaggy, okay, from Scooby-Doo. So he's got because obviously he's got no ligaments, so he's completely limber. So his body just totally smooth.
When you shrug, they come right up by your ears, like there's no gap here. Yeah.
And the thing
that's very reminiscent of how I move.
Everything moves somewhat independently.
Independently,
hears it, so he sees the head, the body moves, and then one of the legs comes around.
This sounds like our goblins in a trench coat last night.
So
you you stumble up to the control panel at the front, and you look down. The Rebel Dalliance has got a screen up that you can see. There's one real obvious thing, but give me a roll for the other one. Give me a let's do a study roll while you look at the screen.
This is going to be funny. Except have study. Here we go.
You know, Mihoshi, do you need any help getting out of that entire thing? I mean, it's a little
2.
odd.
I don't see shit.
No. Okay.
It appears to run
you're
some
still.
sort of...
You're now in there by like all the arms and legs are still there, but like there's no face or torso to talk to. He's out there.
Yeah, slowly she starts undoing herself, and you'll see like this like imaginary counter going into the negatives as she draws herself back together again and starts looking.
The spinner reverses exactly the same pattern it did before, and every time it does, like this, another arm comes, and then finally Mihoshi just steps out as Mihoshi out of the cube. Poof, it disappears. The Rebel Dalliance, the little sign comes up and says, "That took a lot of processing power." You look at
Bones
the
is just
screen,
looking at it.
Mr. Bones.
He's just sort of looking at it. He's like,
there is a ship.
I think it's telling me something.
Well, there's one real obvious thing, and one thing you didn't get. The real obvious thing is there is a ship monitoring you. You know who it is. You sent a message to this ship just a little while ago.
Somebody else did. Bones didn't.
Yeah, Bones didn't. You're right. Absolutely right. Bones did not. So yes, there. In that case, let me rephrase that. There is a hegemony ship scanning the Rebel Dalliance. Right now, the Terpsichore's Vault ID is up, and it's holding, but this ship is actively scanning you, not trying to be sneaky at all.
I think someone's trying to get a look at our drawers.
What? Someone's trying to get a look at our drawers. That'll give them what for? Frankie just walks over to a wall, opens it, and continues to walk out into space.
Yes.
Just to bang on the door on the side of the ship. Hey, what's the big idea here?
The door opens, and you look inside and you see the hegemony seal on the inside of the airlock. It occurs to you that you are a pirate, wanted in multiple sectors. In fact, wanted in all the sectors of this part of space at the moment. That's still a success, Mihoshi, but something goes wrong. Where did you go? Usually when you do that, you're teleporting somewhere. You're going with him?
She teleports to the ship, yeah.
Okay.
But maybe I end up falling on top of the person in control.
No, I got another plan for this one. So Frankie, yeah, you're like, hey, knocking on the door. The door opens up. Do you go into the airlock?
Yeah, of course Frankie does. Because, I mean, this seal means nothing to him. I mean, who here assumes that Frankie can even read?
It's a picture, but never mind. You step in, the door closes behind you, and suddenly the wall ahead of you kind of bulges a little bit, and a set of legs appear in the wall, dressed in yellow and purple, right? And going...
Oh, it's blue.
Blue and
black, I believe.
Blue and black, okay. Going in front of you. You recognize them. They are Mahoshi's legs. Mihoshi, you are stuck in the wall. The side that your face is on, you now know what those moose feel like. The ones that are hanging on the wall with their butt in the other room. Because you're literally, like, from here forward, you're in this room. And then from here to here, you're kind of in the wall. And then from there back, you're in another room. So you are hanging, your butt's in the airlock. Your body or your arms and your head are in the reception hall, let's call it. Mihoshi. What do I need? No, I'm not going to make you roll. I'm going to tell you what happened, and you're going to tell me what happens. You look up, and you recognize everybody in this room. Not personally, but like you've seen their pictures. And you realize the pictures that you've seen of them, they were graduating from a course that you never took, but you know all about. And it's taught by, your head turns, your dad is standing there with a blaster pistol in hand, mouth hanging open. You hear as 100 guards lock and load laser pistols. I don't know why, because it's a cool sound effect. As 100 people go, and 100 rifles, blaster rifles, come up to shoulders, pointed right at your face.
I'm gonna try and scramble out of there.
You hear him say, "Stop, Mihoshi." Give me a fortune roll. Like scramble, like you mean like pull yourself out of the wall, or try and teleport away?
Well,
You're just gonna okay.
I'm gonna try and pull myself out of the wall.
Okay, into the room with all the people, or backwards? Because you wouldn't know this, but I just watched Frankie's coming up and he's about to push you through.
Okay.
One hand on each foot.
Let's do it this way. She was originally going to go back until her name was called. She's going to get like these cartoon question marks above her head going like, what the fuck? And she's going to scramble to go through while Frankie's pushing them.
You start pulling forward and you kind of stuck in, and you pop as you get to feel the pressure on your feet, and you lock your knees and punk into the room. As you hit the ground and roll, you look up, and the hole that you came through is still there, and you can see Frankie's face sticking through it. Because I'm assuming Frankie just walked up to look and see what's going on. Frankie, you can now see like this, you know the hangar scene in Star Wars where they come off the ship and there's just like hundreds of guards everywhere? That's where you guys are right now.
Actually, if I can edit it ever so slightly, there's just going to be a little periscope comes up.
With one big Frankie eye in it.
Oh, you know, and there's a little tiny hat on the top of the periscope.
Yep.
And Frankie like takes the periscope back and looks out, and he's dressed full kind of captain. He's dressed like a full naval captain kind of gear.
Yep. An admiral.
And then he puts it back up.
Yep. And so then it comes back up and it's got an admiral's cap on. It just had a little sailor's cap the first time. Second time it comes up, it's got an admiral's cap and there's some gold braid across the bottom of it, but it's still just one big Frankie eye. Just one big Frankie eye sticking out through the periscope. You see that, and about half the guns go to the periscope. So you're now looking down the barrel of like 50 guns through the periscope. But Frankie wouldn't make this connection, but they're aiming at the periscope. And if they were to fire right now, you're down here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Frank,
right.
There's just
you're looking right down the barrel of 50 blaster pen. The whole periscope goes blink. It's got eyelids and lashes.
It becomes very bloodshot all of a sudden. And, Frankie just kind of drops it and goes, "All right, now time for this thing." Just pulls out a giant minigun.
Yep.
From the
that happens to fit perfectly into the hole. Yep.
That we call from the elephant sack, the magical tool that writers.
Yes. The elephant sack. Frankie is one. So you hollowed the Gatling. Why would you have a Gatling blast? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Gatling blaster.
Each barrel can cool off before the next one.
Sure. Yeah. It starts to spin up. Mihoshi, you are in the room. This thing comes through beside your ear right here. Where's it pointed, Frankie? There's a dude in a uniform at the end that knows Mahoshi's name, and everybody else is basically a stormtrooper.
Well, Frankie doesn't know any of these people. It's just straight out in front of him, and he's going to...
Just straight down the middle of the room. Absolutely. Just padding back and forth. Oh. You know how in the center of a Gatling gun, there's the piece that it all sort of rotates around? Mm-hmm. That's now the periscope. And it's got a little tiny admiral's hat, and there's still the eye peeking out. So every once in a while, the Gatling gun, as it looks around, it blinks.
Except now the periscope has angry eyes.
Yeah, it's got the V eye. Yeah. Just one though, because he can only see one eye.
Oh no, it would have the entire eyebrow would shift in such a way that it just
It's just
Yeah.
a V.
ends up kind of
It's just an individual
just a
V,
single
right?
V.
Right, like that.
So, Mahoshi, you stand in a room. The guns are moving away from you because your father said, "Don't shoot her." They're now all pointing at Frankie. I'm gonna get to you, Mr. Bones, in a second because I got something for you two. Gatling bladder? No, that's me after 2 liters of Coke.
Mihoshi's gonna say, "Don't shoot him either. He's with me." And just kind of try and reach through the hole and pull him through.
Yeah, you reach through and just punk. Frankie, do you allow it to happen? I always have big player agency issues. Yep.
So there's she's just gonna poke with the periscope.
I think she said she's just going to grab the gun and pull you
She's
through.
gonna reach. She's gonna reach the
Oh.
try and reach through the hole and pull you through.
Yeah, there's just kind of a slurp sound.
Yeah. And he
And then
comes through.
Frankie's still standing there holding the thing. Like this is how he's he kind of lowers the periscope and the minigun is up at the top,
Yeah.
and then he just kind of looks at everything.
Yeah, it's easier to deal with if I look through the periscope. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Bones, you look around, it's like they're gone again. What did they? You look down at the screen again, and this time you don't see anything, but you hear.
Oh crap.
And the scan goes around again, and as it comes around again,
Look, he's right behind me, isn't he?
you don't know who that is even, but
Yeah, no.
yeah, there is something out. Actually,
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knows who he is.
nobody here knows who he is, but it's Mr. One of your 8-ball, is it, that has a bounty hunter as a contact, right? Somebody does.
Yes, I think
You
it
did,
was.
right? If it is, okay. I'm going to allow that sort of to
Nope,
leak through.
Hold on.
I mean, Frankie also has a friend that's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, I'm the
Actually,
one
no.
with the bounty.
No, the
hunter
ship
enemy.
does.
The ship does. Okay,
The
that
ship
works.
has a legendary assassin contact. That's what it is.
Perfect. So as the ship hears that music, the Rebel Dalliance, you hear from the ship, "Oh shit!" And up on the screen, this image appears.
Oh dear.
Kind of a bluish greenish skin, old military armor. It's not current, like it's a generation old. The big metal gloves, the face mask, the one yellow eye.
Given that Bones is really fucking old, would he ever recognize this guy or at least the armor?
You recognize the armor. I'll give you this. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You recognize the armor and the coloring of the armor. This is an assassin from a war that ended 35 years ago. And there's now this information scrolling up the side. Their name is Byrox, and they are the number 4 ranked bounty hunter in the sector. By Bounty
Bones
Hunters
thinking-
Intergalactic Rating
Yeah.
System.
Yeah. He's thinking, he's like, the highest I ever got was 8.
Yeah. So, Bones, you've got 2 ships watching you now. One of you know about the bounty hunter. You don't know where they are, but you know they're out there watching you. And then there's this other hegemony ship that is staring you right in the face. You do
And
not
is
know where your
absconded
2
with-
people went. They're gone. You assume that they've gone over there because that's exactly what they would sort of do, but you can't see them from here.
There's a little tiny trail of footprints.
Oh, that's right.
space.
There is a line. That's right. You watched him watch across space. So yes, yeah.
First thing Bones is going to do is he remembers that he heard Rebel. So he walks over to the door, knocks on it. You still in there, buddy? You need any paper?
You hear in the distance. Somebody let me out. It's really loud in here.
Hits the button to open the door.
As the door slides open, you see it's completely dark in there, and you see Rebels looking around at the balls that float around. Ah! And he grabs one and hits the button. And the music stops. And he looks at you, Bones. You are the only one here on the deck. He points at you and he says, I hate your girlfriend. And he comes out of the closet. he comes up to like here on you, right? He is tiny. Yeah. He's like a little over 4.5 feet tall. He's looking a little scruffy. He's been locked in that closet for almost 24 hours now. So,
last time.
So, what's the plan? What are you guys gonna do? You got a job? I got a job for y'all. Where's everybody go?
Well, the black one's taking a nap. The meat bags are somewhere.
There's a little can that's ringing.
Rebel goes to kick his ass up onto the console like he's going to sit really cool, and as he sits down, you can see him get hit by lightning from the Rebel Dalliance, and he stands up and takes a couple of jerky steps away, and you watch an oil stain spread down the front of his denim pants.
She doesn't like you, does she, buddy?
I don't know why. We only dated for a couple of weeks.
Might be part of the reason.
I suspect so. You ain't never met the destroyer, right? Her son?
No, I don't think so. Might have been after my time.
And there is, as you're having this conversation, there is a bolt of electricity like this big around. It's like plasma. Comes out of the control panel and it hits Rebel right in the chest. Drives him across the room and smashes him into the wall, leaving a Rebel-shaped dent that he slowly peels out of and falls forward. Splang! On the floor. You now see an oil stain developing on the back of his very expensive denim jeans. As his head comes up, he says, Can we be done pretty soon?
I don't know where the other two went. I'm assuming it's one of those two ships, and I don't like the look of that one. And he points to the one the assassin's on.
You kind of got an area. It's like I don't know if you've ever played a game called Concealed Intent. You don't know, you get a reading on the radar, and you have to get closer to see what it actually is. You just sort of know it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, so he gestures vaguely in that direction. Yep. It's like, I don't like the look of that one. It's just sort of a round circle as he points.
And a Rebel comes over and looks down and says, never mind, I'll do it. And you see him close his eyes and start to process. He was about to ask the ship to do something for him, and he realized that was probably a really bad idea. So he processes for a couple minutes, and he's, oh shit, he's after you. Well, not you, but this you. And he's pointing around at the ship. He's after you, honey. And he just reaches out. He's going to pat Rebel, and then he stops again.
I was like, well, it can't be any worse than the last time I woke up.
When exactly was that?
There was a war, nuclear explosions. There used to be a sector over by Alpha Eridani, and there isn't now.
Oh, yeah. I was in that bar. Where the hell were you when that happened? And the two of you start talking about this night that a sector ended. The two of you were partying in this bar, and may or may not, you tell me, have had something to do with the two of you blowing up a sector.
Find out.
Oh,
yep.
5. So yeah, that's a result with a slight downside. So
the slight downside is that my station was there. That's from the loaded dice with it.
Okay, so now you're starting to figure out your whole. And the name of the casino's almost back. Like you can almost see the logo now. It was 3 polyhedral dice in a pattern. It's like there's a D20 you recognize. There's a D6 because everybody knows those. And there's a weird one that nobody's seen in 1,000 years. It's a D12. Very strange thing.
Who uses those?
Yeah, barbarians. That's it. And nobody's a barbarian anymore because it's been 1,000 years since that was appropriate behavior. So while the two of you reconstruct a night of deconstruction back on Mihoshi's dad's ship, hair triggers fill the room. What do you do?
I'm going to put down this periscope.
It all kinds of folds back into your bag. Yeah.
She's a little freaked out. She's wearing more of a space pirate uniform than what used to be her work uniform.
Right.
So, I mean, he recognized her purely by face alone.
Yes.
Pretty much.
And as you pop the rest of the way into the room and he realizes you're not wearing your proper hegemony uniform, the jaw that was already here drops even further. Pirate?
Is going to unhinge and then eat another person. Otherwise, I'm not interested in this jaw.
He looks over to you and goes, probably. He looks back at Mihoshi. Pirate?
Of course I'm a pirate. What else would I be? Then she just starts walking towards the door.
You start walking where?
She's starting to walk towards the door.
Okay, like you're leaving?
Yeah, like nonchalantly leaving. She just kind of airheaded it there for a minute.
Yeah. So he's standing there just You just turn around and walk back into the airlock?
Well, she's gonna go through the door this time though.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the door opens up.
Slowly making her way over there. I mean, giving him chances if he wants to try and talk or have somebody else talk, you know.
He's just you can
dramatic
see he is
walk
just,
away,
he is
just
just
slowly.
shut. Yeah,
Just
waiting
walks
for
away,
him to say,
pauses.
just wait. But he's not going to. He's just you're just disappearing
Still
into the
stuttering.
darkness. Frankie, you got the bag of elephant next to you. Your periscope gun now seems strangely out of place. Mahoshi's leaving.
Come on, Frankie, let's go. These guys
Sure.
probably will stop bothering us now.
Probably. That doesn't seem
Well,
very...
she's heading for. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the front of the ship where the control panels are and see what I can do there.
Oh, so you walk right past him and head into the ship. Okay. Frankie, what are you doing?
I thought she was heading back.
I thought she was coming back too, but I like this even better.
No. She wants him to stop scanning the ship.
Oh, I see. Oh, I got you. Okay, so yeah, you're just
Are
heading for
any of
the-
you
yeah.
going to try and stop her? Yes? Cool.
You watch
Frank-
all the guards just look over at Mahoshi's dad, and they all just sort of sling their rifles and start to do that sort of sideways shuffle. Like, I hope he doesn't see me. Hope he doesn't see me. Hope he doesn't see me. They all very slowly leave this room, leaving Mahoshi's dad standing there just going as you walk past. As she
She
walks
stands
past.
right next to him before leaving the door because I'm assuming he's right there next to the door,
Yep.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
She's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and say,
Oh,
"You sound like a motorboat. You might want to be careful with that. Maybe seek professional help. I don't know. Bye bye." She walks out.
And he's just Frankie, you see, like, you know that look. That look is there's nothing going on behind those eyes. There is.
All right, it looks like we're going to run into a bit of a problem here with you because you're going a little mental. So we're just going to have you forget the entire thing. Ready? Okay. Here's the forget me stick.
And he just goes rigid and then just falls to the deck. Pong! Smacks his head against the deck. It doesn't matter if it was a knockout stick or a member stick or not. He's concussed from hitting the ground. So, yeah,
It was a forget me
Mahoshi's dad
stick.
hits the deck, and you look in time just to see the last guard that was leaving just kind of pokes his head back in the door, looks at you, looks down at Mahoshi's dad, looks up at you, and goes, and then runs back down the hall.
You want to be friends?
Not really.
Seems about right. You know, I better call the people. I better make a phone call, and just with a tin can on the string on one end, just throws it
Throws
through
it
a
back to the
window.
ship. Yep. Back to the
through
Rebel
the-
Dalliance. Yeah.
Yes, and just goes ring, ring,
Bones?
ring,
It's like,
ring.
should I get that? This isn't my
Ring.
ship.
Well, I ain't touching nothing in here.
I guess that
Ring.
leaves me. Hands over. The communicator turns into a tin can as he walks over
Yep.
to it.
Yep.
Hello?
It's just one tin can with a long string going
Yep.
between these.
Between the two ships. Yeah. The string's not
Hi.
even taut. Yeah.
Hi, so we're in a little bit of a weird situation. And the idea here is that we're going to turn off the ship and then just leave, I guess. I think we should take the keys along with us, just so that they can't turn it back on and then follow us. But that'll be up to Mahoshi. So I'm a little confused as what I'm supposed to do at the moment. I mean, there's very little for me to do here. I've hit someone with a forget me stick. And
Solid
so I'm
plan.
wondering what's going on over there. What's going on? We can just chat, talk about girls and all that.
Well, me and Rebel were catching up. I know his dad.
Cool.
And I was actually wondering where the hell you guys went. I thought you were on the other ship.
I mean, you can just follow the string, right? You can
Oh.
just see where it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, so what do you know? Anyway,
Mahoshi, you walk onto the bridge. Yeah. As these guys are talking in the background. We'll get back to you in just a second. I want these guys to finish up this awkward conversation.
Well, this thing's a little big for their cargo bay. Do you need me to send a ride over?
I mean, I can probably just walk it back. I don't know about her though. Maybe it would be best to get something so that she can get back at least, and then, okay. Which can am I supposed to talk into?
You start talking into the other can and start pouring pop all down the front of you.
Yeah, so as we
Weirdly,
see-
Weirdly, a little bit of the pop goes in the other can, the one that you're talking to, and even weirder, at the other end of it, Bones hears like somebody spilled liquid in a can in a phone. Mahoshi, you're up on the deck. You just walk everywhere you go. You just see these stormtrooper people just fleeing. They're just like, nope, not having anything to do with you at all. So you just walk your way right up to the bridge.
Strangest people I've ever came across. Very bizarre. I think it's time to go ahead and rig this thing to stop doing what it's doing and maybe just shut down.
But just shut down the ship? Absolutely. You're just
Yeah,
going to randomly just start smacking buttons in a Mahoshi kind of a way?
Yeah, she's basically going to use her rig skill to be able
Okay,
to
yes.
do
Lovely. Give me a rig roll then. You're getting rig rolled.
While this is happening, Frankie has
Never
altered
going
the
to tie
environment
you
slightly.
up.
So
3
it's
and a 5.
one of
Okay,
those one of those kind of bed frames with the what's the thing?
the canopy.
Yeah, with the canopy, and he's just sitting lying on the bed on his stomach, just talking, feet kicked up in the air.
Yeah.
And then Samantha said the weirdest thing.
Meanwhile, on the deck of the ship, you just step in, and the people it's like, nope, I'm out, and they just walk away. You walk up and start rigging this. What are you trying to do? You just trying to shut the ship down?
Trying to shut down, make it so it can't scan our ship anymore.
Absolutely. A 5 is a success with a slight complication. So you succeed. The ship just everything goes down except for life support. It kind of overdid it though, because the ship is basically now dead in the water. And you can't figure out how to turn it back on. So they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything, but they're going to be alive. The life support is still operating.
You know how hard it is to cold fire a nuclear reactor?
Yeah, this ship's going to, you wouldn't know this, but yeah, this ship's going to be here for weeks.
I mean,
You have
it's a
shut
bit of a
it-
red
you-
dwarf scenario.
You shut down, you shut down the Windows without closing all the software that was running first, and now it's going to take forever to fix it. So,
Okay.
But yeah, as it shuts down around you, Frankie floats in on the bed because, unbeknownst to him, while he was talking, he was floating around the ship. And he's also, unbeknownst to him, because he didn't notice, he now has bunny slippers and like a robe on.
Oh, no, these were conscious decisions.
Okay, and a sleep mask up over his forehead, like he's getting ready to get into this canopied bed. Who's on the? I know it's a who. Who was on the cover, on the sheets?
Oh, on the sheets. I need to come up with a cartoon that isn't already trademarked. Damn it!
You did have the
Well, for satire purposes, you're allowed to use ones that are already out there. So.
Oh, I don't want to get sued. That's the thing. So on the bed, there's Reginald Rabbit playing a game of basketball with
A couple.
Jordan Michaels.
With Jordan Michaels, absolutely, and a bunch of his friends. That floats into the control room, Mahoshi. You look up behind you, and that just floats through the wall. He's talking on a phone string, obviously, to whatever version of 8-Ball is now in control of your ship. In my head, I'm hearing drum and bass music in the background.
Because this is Frankie, the bed is slowly becoming alive as well. So you see eyes kind of show up on one end, and the mouth.
Big smiley mouth across the footbed,
Yeah.
Hushy's going to turn to Frankie and say, "Let's get out of here, Frankie."
Yep.
I mean, can we do so after we've had our... I mean, I'm just talking with Mr. Bones over here at the moment, and I'm just thinking that we should have facials and all that jazz, really make this a girls' night.
Yes, but let's do it on our ship.
But I don't have any skin.
We'll work on that later.
Mahoshi, you jump up on the bed and just grab the string and just pull. And the bed is pulled through the wall of the ship across space and back into the Rebel Dalliance. A 4-poster canopied bed now sits in the middle of the bridge, and there's Frankie and Mahoshi on it. Bones, you are at the control panel. Yep.
Bones is sitting there with his cigar, just sort of looking at it, kind of admires, like, it really brings the room together.
I know, doesn't it? The pink really accentuates everything.
We should probably get going. If they get that thing going and start shooting, we're in trouble.
I mean, I don't imagine that's going to be a huge problem. We just put a giant hole through the side of the ship.
That's true.
I mean, it's a good thing that this one opened up before we came in. I mean,
you look over and the ship is the other ship is slowly starting to tumble. So it's going to get really uncomfortable in there pretty quick because it's going to start rotating. But that's not your problem. Ship? Yep, no, your dad's ship. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Meh.
As you're back on your own ship.
But let's get out of here. I don't want them to
stuff. Yeah. Okay. So,
Rebel says to you, I got one more mission.
You do?
We're doing missions. Oh, we're pirates. Okay, so that's what we're up to. All right.
Oh, if y'all want to get paid, that is.
I mean, it's weird. Normally, we just take the money if you're a pirate.
I think you might really like this one. This is the one where we're replacing a judge. There's a real dick of a judge, and we're replacing him with an Urbot. Thought you might like this. And he looks over at you, Bones. I mean, don't get me wrong. The judge is an Urbot, too, so it's not like that part's difficult. But ours is a little more liberal-minded.
I was really hoping that I'd get to be the judge. Just pass a bunch of laws. Yes, pink must be worn on every third Sunday. Otherwise, you shall be sentenced to death.
You bang the gavel, and Rebel is covered in everything he's wearing is pink. He looks over at you and says, "And that is why you are not in charge."
I mean, of course I'm not in charge. Do you know how crazy that would be? I am insane. You have to understand this, that this isn't a thing that I should ever be in charge. I mean, even I recognize that. That's a bad sign.
So let's get you doing something that doesn't involve changing the way I look.
But you look so good in this dress. Big frilly thing.
I know that. I can hardly keep my hands off myself. That's the problem. I'm going back in that closet in a minute, but the three of you have got a job to do first. And they're starting
It's
to,
strange,
little
his
metallic
accent's
beads
beginning
of
to-
sweat are starting to run down the side of Rebels.
Just little things of mercury.
Yep, just little drops of mercury are starting to drip. One eye, the bit like the metallic unblinking eye is starting to twitch just a little bit.
It's strange. Has anyone else noticed that his accent is beginning to mirror mine?
He's done that with every accent he's touched so far. I have allowed Rebel to be me, who is a person who cannot leave an accent alone. If I hear one, I go down that road, and I can't stay on one accent either. So Rebel, that is now just his thing. He just uses whatever accent I happen to think of. So he kind of gestures over to his screen and then thinks better of asking Rebel to do anything again, and pulls open his pink shirt now, and the screen on his chest
pink lace
shows
corsets. The dress has been put on.
It's gonna take me forever to get that unbuttoned. But wait,
You know,
he starts sticking a finger down the top. Right. I was talking about job. Right.
I mean,
I
do you
need
want some
longer
scissors?
finger. Yes,
You know,
and
she
longer
gets there,
fingers.
and start taking it off nonchalantly, like undoing all the seams and all that as he's talking.
He's taking it apart. And he shows you this picture of a generic, non-gold plated, non-platinum plated, non-ceramic white, just a generic Urbot in a robe. And in the background, there is just this roll of guilty. It just says guilty, death, guilty, death, guilty, death. And you realize this is all the people that this judge has sentenced to death. And you look at the crimes, and it's like stole a loaf of bread. It's like, walked on the grass when the sign said "Don't walk on the grass."
Okay, that one
is,
seems reasonable.
Yeah, but the other ones, some of them are
One's
ridiculous.
is like, wow, this takes me back.
And you just got to pick up the other fella on that planet down there, and he just points back at the planet you guys just left last week, where you're very, very wanted. But yeah.
And just how are we supposed to do that?
Easy.
I
We
just-
wear a cunning disguise.
Again?
Maybe a pink corset, I'm thinking. But either way, just get him up to the ship and get him to the other place and drop him off. He'll do the rest himself.
Mihoshi somehow makes herself look like a police officer.
Yep. Executed
how's
for
this?
sneezing 4 times in a row. Absolutely. 3 is the absolute limit. In reasonable, decent society. 4 in a row, that's it. Shoot you right in the street.
I mean, 4 in a row is just attention hogging.
That also gives you enough time to get out your "I'm allergic" card, which is a "Don't shoot me" card, right? Just,
Yeah.
I'm allergic. Anyway,
I actually ran into someone who sneezed 4 times in a row, and I said, Gesundheit, Gesundheit, Gesundheit. Now you're just being greedy. And I was walking with friends. It got the biggest laugh ever, so I will never forget that. And it's just,
yes.
yeah.
So with that, Rebel looks at you and says, I'm going back in the closet. I got to get changed. And he goes in the closet.
before
Now
you
the
go-
door won't close.
Before
He
you go,
tries to close it, and it won't. And he just starts peeling off. He's standing on his little plinth, and he just starts undoing all the buttons on the corset.
Before
Mate,
he
have
goes,
some shame. And just one of those paper thin,
Yep.
like,
With a light behind him, so you can see his outline of him stripping. Yeah.
exactly.
before that happens, Mr.
Yes.
Bones slides a credit chip into the G string, and he goes, tell Prime he was right. It was 8.
And there's a double take, and the door slams shut. And there's a flash of light, and you know that she has now teleported Rebel somewhere. You just hear,
Okay.
"Damn it!" as she disappears.
Wait a second, that was a teleporter the entire time.
I thought he just lived in there.
Yeah, so did I.
He comes and goes. It's all.
So,
It is. Yeah, you guys have got to teleport. like there. You just never really used it. So it's the closet that he's in. You never checked. You've never said we look in the closet.
Well, we did look in the closet the one time. We found his little all right at the bottom.
Yeah.
That was with cue ball, but we never. We just assumed it was like an actual literal closet. It had like a Homer beacon or something.
Yes. So with that, you see below you the planet that has this Urbot on it that you're supposed to go and get. You know that planet is about 80% drug addicted at this point because you guys did that. You took Soul down there and dropped them off. This is the center of the sector. This is the political and business center of this whole sector. They're trying to run a war, and everybody is messed up. What do you do?
Fun.
Yeah, at this point,
There's fireworks going off. There's spaceships launching and then just exploding and falling back to the planet. There's a conga line that's got to be 15,000 people long, snaking across part of the city. Yeah.
So we're taking which one was the fast one? Shit, Fiona. Fiona was the fast. We're taking Fiona, and
is it green and like an ogre?
No, it was red with a white racing stripe. Because red makes it go faster. And so, as we're coming down, just as we land, Bones presses a button, and the color on on Fiona changes to like a psychedelic swirl.
Okay. Yep.
So as Bones buzzes the conning tower, they just see this, kind of super sparkle thing. I'm thinking one of the scene in Thor Ragnarok where it's my birthday. It's that.
Well, ladies and gents, it's time.
The psychedelic space changing. Yes, the psychedelic space shape changing, color changing Fiona, accompanied by funky 60s music that I don't have. And sunglasses. Fiona is now also wearing sunglasses. Great big aviator sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the little tiny round.
Those, yeah, you're right. Yeah, even better. The little tiny purple ones. Just little tiny purple ones, yeah. With Believe playing in the background or something as you plummet into the atmosphere of this planet.
Aquarius.
Yeah. It's just people look at the only people that notice you just look up like, wow, as you go over. You see Soul.
The car wash.
You see Soul.
That's all I know.
He's now flying. He's got this sort of belt, anti-gravity belt. He's flying and just floating through space like some beneficial god, just hurling red and green and yellow and purple pills in every direction. And you see he's got on his belt, there's, instead of like a change maker, there's this little sort of credit card thing, and you can just see the number just cranking up. He's making millions. You swoop down towards the planet. Mihoshi and Frankie, what are you guys doing while Bones makes an entrance?
She's continuing to make sure she looks good as a quote-unquote police officer.
Absolutely right. You're right. So you're looking official. Frankie, what are you doing?
Frankie has shifted into big bell bottoms, one of those big tie-dye shirts, a big afro.
Loving it. Yep.
And he's just kind of, he's got rollerblades on, so he can just kind of slide through.
Yeah.
And just slide through as soon as he sees anyone, it's just stay groovy, baby.
You float into the building or down to the ground. Fiona lands, the door opens. You guys are right in this guy's front yard. I mean, we're 40 minutes in and we haven't picked up the ride yet. So yeah.
Bones looks to Forskull and he's like, I don't think you're going to need the drugs this time.
The door of this apartment block opens and a Urbot with a pack sack comes out and kind of jogs across the parking lot. They're wearing Birkenstocks and like a really comfortable sort of hemp shirt and linen trousers sort of look. And they've got dreadlocks. They kind of jog across the field to Fiona, knock on the door.
Ask us, because we stepped out.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are my ride, right?
Yeah.
Let
over
me
here,
in.
big guy.
Oh, shit. Wow. And he comes walking back over again, steps in. The door closes to the Fiona. He drops the bag on the ground. He says, "Oh, man, you guys don't mind if I use, like, my real voice until we get there, right?"
We're fine.
Cool. Because once we get... Oh, I am so not looking forward to this. Oh, anyway. So let's go.
All right. Fiona goes back from the psychedelic because now that he's made the entrance, the idea is the Irish exit. Nobody sees you leave.
Yeah.
So goes from that to jet black and then flies off.
And as you go to jet black and start to fly off, the Urbot looks as, oh, I guess I should get into character. And he pulls off his clothes and pulls off his dreadlocks like they're an attachment, and it disconnects, and there's just this chrome skull there. And he reaches into the bag and pulls out a black robe and puts it around himself and pulls out the horsehair wig and wiggles into it and reaches in and pulls out his little gavel and puts it on. He's got a holster for his gavel. And he looks up and he says, I say, take me to the place where I'm going to change the way the world works.
I guess I don't need this get up anymore.
I think you'll find that I have judged it and found it wanting. It is unable to change until I say so.
I guess we're doing
this
manually
this
then.
is going to be a fun ride.
You pull the shirt off and throw it in the corner to look down and it's back on you again.
Let's just get back to Rebel so we can get this guy to his destination, please.
He goes back up towards the ship. As you get back to the Rebel Dalliance, this Judd, you can see he's starting to method act now. He's even walking different when he gets out. He's walking like an old, brittle Urbot. He's kind of got a limp to him. But he keeps sort of looking over towards you, Bones, and kind of giving you a knowing nod. I'm going to go hang out in my room. Anybody wants a chat, y'all just come and find me. And he kind of winks at you. As he leaves the room, Frankie, you regain control to dress yourself again.
That was a very strange experience. The snap wasn't working. The first time it just made a sound, and then it just, I guess it's all about confidence, isn't it?
It was real strange indeed.
It doesn't work again.
It still doesn't work. Yeah. That's because you were thinking about it. Yeah, as soon as you don't think about it, it just changes. It's just when you try and make it change, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Finally, Frankie snaps his fingers and goes and changes into a suit and tie kind of thing.
Yep.
Just so that he fits well, kind of business attire almost, just so that he looks escorting
like a really
the judge.
bad court reporter. Yeah.
Not a reporter, a
defender?
lawyer of some kind.
Oh, okay. Public defendant or some such. Okay, so yeah, you got the little short wig. Like you think if he's got a long wig, then I must have a short wig, right? It's only half as long. So you got a bobbed horse-haired wig, and he's wearing black. So maybe you only get to wear gray. So it's a gray
I'll do the
robe.
gray, but the horsehair is something Frankie won't do. He's already changed his hair enough today.
Moshi, what are you doing?
Probably gonna make herself look like one of the court guards.
Okay.
The guard, like
The bailiff. Yeah, absolutely.
To make yourself look like a bailiff and just relax and tell the rebel where we need to go. She'll say it verbally, she won't touch anything, but she'll know that Mr. Bones or whomever it is will guide the ship where she needs to go.
Absolutely. You guys are going to have to change sectors. You're going to have to go over one sector to deliver this guy where he needs to go. And yes, it would probably be best if Bones did that flying. But speaking of Bones, this Urbot has a number of occasions kind of given you the I want to talk to you thing.
Bones.
Sex.
You don't want to know what Bones is packing in those shorts.
Oh my.
Not what you think. Anywho, um,
No,
So,
easy.
yeah.
It's a weapon. It's a gun and then 2 sets of grenades.
well, it's the third arm.
Oh, of course it is.
Right.
Of
Yes.
course it is. Yes, it's a very small, because it's cold out,
Yeah.
third arm at the moment. But yes,
Yeah, well, it's
also gold plated.
Of course.
Yeah. I forgot all
So,
about
yeah.
that. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
what the package is for. And
So
that's
every once in a while, the package self-adjusts. Like this tiny hand comes out, reaches around, and kind of adjusts everything, and then goes back inside. It's
also
got
where he puts his-
self-adjusting junk.
There's a bit of an itch. I need to.
Yep.
Come.
Got it.
No! When there's an itch, the hand comes out, reaches around, pulls out a number of items, and then in public is, and then puts them all back inside the package. All this happens just in the walk down the hall to the judge's quarters.
Him
So-
readjusting is actually him reloading.
Yeah. You are now cocked and loaded.
The best way.
I would like to say on behalf of the male gender that is here. Sorry, Solar.
It's all right.
Junk jokes. Hey, at least
Yeah.
this week it's not yours that we're talking about, right? Where it's not
Yeah.
Solar's who's doing the thing. Anyway, Bones, you get to do you go to see the judge? I guess is the question.
He does go to see the judge, but when the door opens, he's leaning against it.
Yeah, looking cool.
Yeah.
The judge looks at you. He says, like, to come in and close
Yeah.
the door.
Closes the door. I don't know if the lights are on, but if they aren't, he doesn't turn them on. He has low light. He can see.
Yep. And in a completely different voice than you've heard so far, either as the dreadnought guy that you picked up or as the judge, this very mechanical voice sitting across from you says, "You don't recognize me, do you?"
It's been over a century since I last had a pair of legs. I've been seeing the inside of a maintenance closet for at least 75 years.
And he starts unbuttoning the robe. And he pulls it open. And on his chest is a round-cornered triangle in white. My name is Rack.
He's just like, doesn't actually say anything.
Yep. And inside that triangle on his chest, you see a flicker of color. As one at a time, these little colored balls appear. Pop, pop. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Then it just fades away. We've worked together before.
That was a long time ago. And I've only found the 2. Well, 3. Yeah, I've only found the 3.
I didn't know any of you survived.
Well, it was a big explosion.
It took me over 80 years to put myself back together.
Faster than me.
You really pissed me off.
It was a bad deal. I told you.
It was. When you retire, will you help me?
That depends on 8.
Of course. Why did you do it?
He doesn't answer for the longest time. Like,
Yep.
most of the trip,
Yep.
he doesn't answer. They just stare at each other in silence. And he's like, because Yatu had it coming. And he walks out.
The door closes behind you. And from inside, you do not hear. It's a cutscene, but you hear, he sure as fuck did. And he turns around and sits down on the bench and starts to button up his jacket again, or his robe again. You step back out into the main section of the ship. And Bones, it's time to get out of this sector. You sit down at the control panel, and you see Mahoshi's father's ship is not following you. It is essentially a large metal lump over there that is just barely managing to maintain oxygen. You see now the artificial gravity has actually failed, so now it's tumbling and there's no gravity. It's got so much sick in that ship right now, like you don't even want to think about the layers of floaty zero-G vomit going on in that ship right now. It's gonna be horrible. But as you move towards the...
And it was chilly night yesterday.
It was... And as you sort of realize that that's not a problem, you hear again.
Bones is like, shit, again?
I'm assuming the others hear it this time as well now.
This time you hear it. It comes through the speakers of the Rebel Dalliance.
What in the nine is that?
Bones pokes his head in as he's obviously walking in at this point. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I heard it when you guys were on the other ship.
It's not me, I swear.
I mean, all of my theme music is a bit more.
Figured that out of you, Frankie. Oh. Anyway, let's get going, Rebel.
And as you guys start to fly away, you see the Rebel Dalliance builds a 3D image for you again of this person, and it rotates it around, and his name is there. His name is Byrox, and he's the number 4 ranked bounty hunter in this sector. And yes, he's named after pens.
Oh, that's a shame. I know Chonzak. He's only like number 7.
Yep.
I wonder if he knows Baltero. Batero, sorry.
Now, I will mention, I don't usually say stuff about people's character sheets, but I know one of you has got what I realized when I first read the instructions for this game is a seriously broken ability, which is, I know a guy, or something along those lines. It doesn't matter where you go or who you're talking to, you know somebody. So if they're the only person in the room, you know somebody. So that's the mechanics out of the way. So it was too. Oh, okay, that makes it fun for me then. All right. So with that, the 3 of you are flying towards the gate. Bones, you have the Terpsichore's vault false name up. It says pizza on one side of the ship and Azip on the other because he's not concentrating and he didn't flip it. You have to get through that gate into this other sector. You know you can't go as the Rebel Dalliance. And you're wondering if you can go as the Terpsichore's vault. And no matter which way you go, you're being watched. Any ideas? Come up with something, I will say yes.
Well, I am going to go in as normal, and then when the comptroller has a fit about it, I'm going to use my dancing ability. It's okay. We're delivering pizza.
We are not the skip the dishes you are looking for.
And I'll spend a stress. To so that person has only vague memories of the event.
Absolutely.
Remember which ship.
I love how this is going to work, but I want to play this out a little bit. Yeah, in the background. So you guys are approaching it. You can tell, like, it's going to be seconds before that image pops up on the screen and they demand identification. Frankie, what are you doing?
The second he hears we're just delivering pizza, it's just, hey, Bones, we need some more pepperoni in the back here.
And all of a sudden, there's like a whole pizzeria back there, smoke and pizza ovens, and
come on, a chop.
Delivery people in the middle of the spaceship.
Mamma mia.
Mahoshi, what are you doing?
Well, if that pizzeria does appear, she's gonna start tossing the pizza.
Just making pizzas. Suddenly, you've got a hat on, and the whole thing. You're making pizzas in the background.
Maron.
Bones, the voice is you're not even waiting your turn. What are you doing? You're not even waiting your turn. What are you doing? Terpsichore's, what the hell kind of name is Terpsichore?
We're delivering pizza.
I could really go for a pizza.
We only have a Hawaiian right now.
That's not even pizza. Go. Get through take that pineapple loving shit and get out of here. And the door,
also have
the
one
gate.
with the peas and mayonnaise.
Add this one with mushrooms.
Peas, mayonnaise, and mushrooms. The portal's going. I like it. I don't like it. I like it. I don't like it. I don't. Part of it closes, and Mr. Bones, you are flying towards this rapidly oscillating sphincter. I said it. You have convinced the comptroller that you are delivering pizza at speed. You are smashing your way towards this gate at speed. The gun turrets start to rotate towards the Rebel Dalliance.
At speed.
At speed. In response. The Rebel Dalliance fires up her fighting music.
Mihoshi's got a man her post.
Yeah, spinning pizzas just like mad. There's sparks coming off the pizzas. You're spinning them so bad.
All right, it doesn't seem that that's working entirely. Put me on the roof. I have a fantastic skill to do.
And you're standing like that now on the roof with a pile of pizzas in your hand.
I drop the pizzas, and then I'm just in a karate gi. Use my fine martial arts skill.
Yes, you have. You are martial arting. You're preparing to jump through the space. Bones.
Oh, I'm preparing for the lasers, so I can use my feat of superhuman strength.
Absolutely.
To catch the lasers and then throw them back.
Absolutely, I love it. Mahoshi, what are you doing? The guns are coming to bear.
She's gonna hop in the gunship and shoot the guns
in the little bubble, and just start winding up the guns. Mr. Bones, what are you doing?
I can actually.
Bones is praying to gods that haven't had names in over 10,000 years.
And as your hands slap down on the control panel, the Rebel Dalliance says in your head, "Talk dirty to me."
Like, oh, baby, I got words you don't even have definitions for.
The plaid ninja was freaking killing me. The plaid. The Canadian ninja. He's shivering because it's cold. There it is.
Yes.
There it is. It's perfect. The glasses, because it's bright out here. He's got snow blindness. Mr. Bones, the guns are opening fire from Mihoshi. Laser blasts are coming towards the ship on the roof. Wax on, wax off. Oh, polish the car. Yeah. Lasers.
And
the pew-pew of lasers in space, because yes, they damn well do make noise. As he's knocking them and shooting other targets, Mihoshi gunning down the machine guns outside the gate.
Bones is bobbing and weaving as one would hope, as he's praying to his old gods and hoping the way has a... hoping I can find a way out.
We'll make you proud, Sensei Plaid.
And
Loam, Clay, Pete, you said talk dirty. Thank you, Lance.
very nice.
And you start to fly your way through. I want 3 rolls. I want a scrap roll from Mahoshi as you shoot madly. I want a command roll from Frankie as you insist that the universe does what you imagine.
I don't think I need to. It just says I'm able to.
Oh no, this is your ability.
Perform
Yes,
a physical
This is your
force
call.
that verges on superhuman.
it is absolutely. You are in space deflecting blaster fire. That qualifies as superhuman. Pow, 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 pow. A 4 and a 1. You're shooting stuff. Mahoshi, as you're blasting away, there's pieces of this spaceship coming apart, and parts of them are sort of coming in front of you, and now Bones is having to fly through them. Give us a helm, but I want can you add dice? Did I make it so you can add dice? Yeah, you can. Of course you can. Take 2 extra dice for free without burning it, and on top of whatever you want to burn. This is
Okay.
the love of your life is now heading towards a rapidly closing portal that's got wreckage of gun turrets floating in front of it, laser fire coming from all directions. You've
I
got
am
+2
spending-
already.
Yeah, I'm spending a gambit. And
Burn 2
that
stress.
gives me 3 dice.
Yep, that's 3 extra dice.
That's too short.
That's good. Burn the stress. Okay. I've only got 1. He's only here for a session.
Yep.
Boom.
5s. You slide sideways towards the gap. You see the ship working with you. She transfers energy away from places, allowing you to see the equivalent of things you have not yet been invited to see, as she increases power to the shields to knock the physical equipment out of the way as you approach the portal. You slide through screaming, guns blazing, and suddenly, boom, silence. As you look and the portal slams behind you, one little piece of a turret rotating in the darkness.
Thank you, Sensei.
You slide back through the ceiling into the building. Yeah, Mahoshi. Yeah,
As he goes down.
Mahoshi, you step out of the gun turret. Bones, you sort of bring the ship back to smooth.
This keeps.
And
This is not
the
working.
the judge steps out of his cabin and says, "Is something exciting happen?"
Just another day at the office.
Yeah.
All right, let me know when we get there.
Okay. She bounces into her chair.
Helmet here. And the 3 of you sort of get control of the ship again and start to move your way forward. You're approaching the planet you're supposed to take this man to, this robot to. And he looks around at the 3 of you and says, any of y'all ever started a revolution before?
We started a drug war, baby.
You guys are thinking of your last 3 weeks going, yep.
I've got thousands of years of
Yeah.
I was like, we'll go with yes.
I mean, probably. I mean, we also did some revolutions without pizza, didn't we, Mahoshi? High five!
But yeah. Boing, like her hand.
And even though all the stuff is gone, the bridge still smells like pizza. Hawaiian
Well,
pizza. You
well,
did
she
that to
did
yourself.
The thing for me, I like pineapple.
Yeah, you can have that one. I'm not in the mood for pineapple.
And a gigantic
Kinda rolled
blast of energy bigger than the ship comes out of the center of space and destroys you all, and you're all dead. Sorry for the TPKA. You can't have pineapple on a pizza. That's just fucked.
Galactus says no.
Frankie basically folds it up into a calzone and then just.
And with that, some sense of reality returns, or at least as close as it ever gets with this bunch. And you
Still
drift towards the planet that you're supposed to be delivering this. Yeah, you're spiraling down towards this planet that you're supposed to be delivering this judge to.
I'm just there's a little tiny now kind of a martial arts ring
Yes.
that is forever on the top of the roof.
Yes, out in space. Yep. And when you're not there, every time you think about it, these sort of spectral ninjas appear in it and fight. But only when you think about it. The rest of the time, it's empty
Mm-hmm.
because you're not looking at it. It doesn't
Right,
exist.
then
You're not
it's-
looking at it. That's how comics work.
Yeah, it's not there if you don't see it.
That's right. And with that, you drop into orbit around this planet, still pretending to be the Terpsichore's vault, which frankly now the Terpsichore's vault is wanted in that other sector as well.
Yeah,
so
we
there
might
is
actually
no-
get away with going with the Rebel Dalliance at this point.
At this point, it's probably got less shit
like,
attached to it
here's
than the
this one,
Terpsichore's vault.
here's
Yeah. Either way, the big red frigate full of pirates is hated in this all of these sectors by the hegemony anyway. So
Especially after that last encounter.
the judge comes out of his chambers again, doing up the buttons on his robe again. He looks pointedly at Bones, sort of taps his chest.
Sort of a quick nod.
Do you have a rash there? I mean, like, do we have robot cream for rashes that are?
Four Skull shows up with a thing of WD-40.
The WD-40.
WD-41.
Because it's the latest upgraded version.
And it's just a little bit better.
41.2. It's the latest upgrade. Yeah, there was a hot fix. The last stuff was flammable. But the judge looks at you, 8-Ball, and like points at
Bones.
his robe. Like, do you want me to show them?
What the hell? Might as well let him know.
And the judge undoes the buttons on his robe and pulls open his vestments. I know that's not the right word for judges, that's for priests, but anyway. I didn't want to say robes 2 times in a row. But you
Both are
see on his
hoity-toity.
chest what first you take as a rounded cornered white triangle. And then you see this flicker as the 15 balls appear in it. The 15 numbered balls. My name is Rack, and I intend to end the hegemony in all its forms.
Okay.
Good. The current government doesn't help me with anything.
Well,
That
I
is
mean,
the most underwhelming response I have ever gotten.
I mean, we've already sort of been at it, haven't we? I mean, we've been
It's
murdering
kind
politicians.
of my big reveal. Doing up the buttons
you know,
is...
Yeah.
okay, here. I got something. You know, she's gonna snap her fingers. She's gonna look like she used to when she was working with her father.
Okay.
Smile, giggle, like, and then back to normal.
Just a little bit of.
Yeah.
Or do you want in the big reaction?
Thank you. Your presentation is not particularly believable.
Come on, Frankie, let's get out of here.
Sounds like a pun.
Yeah, as we head down to the hallway, or down to the shuttle, Bones puts his hand on the the judge's shoulder, and he's like, "I've been alive longer than some of these stars. Those two are crazy. If the other one was here, you might have had a chance." Pat, pat.
And he doesn't even break stride. He just keeps walking, and you just hear, "We are all crazy. No sane person tries to start a revolution."
I mean,
At least not more than once.
Dance one.
At least not more than once. Yeah, why not? Bison. No, not Bison. He's not here. Bones. You get a little sort of yeah, like somebody stuck their finger in your ear, like you got it, like you got willied. But you
Back when
realize
we had
there's
an ear.
yeah, there's information in your head now that wasn't there before. There were 2 other survivors. I'll let you decide which 2. You already know that 2 and 7 were still alive, right? Because there were security.
3 and 7.
3 and 7. So they were, yeah. So you now know
3
of
and
2 more.
Oh shit! There's Bones. Bones is starting to like put like you got the cue ball. We got this one. This one. I might need a bigger ship.
I mean, they can always stay in my place.
And as you say that, you realize that there's another little piece of information in there, but it's locked. It's the name of the casino.
Still.
Yep. So you've now got it in two places locked in your head.
Yeah.
He thought he did you a favor, but you already had the information. You just know there's 2 times you don't know how to open it. You will know when it is time.
Let's hope we haven't burned this sector down first.
You almost certainly will. And if you do not, I will for sure.
As long as we're on the same page.
Are we talking about starting fires?
Really big ones.
Awesome.
And the 4 of
grab
you,
the
the 3 of
gasoline.
you and the Urbot, which ship are you taking down? Probably got a really fancy one. You probably got one named Fancy. They all have to start with F.
Well, there was Francesca. That was the VIP. I
Right.
was gonna think of taking that one.
Okay.
That's the one that's all sexy and curves.
Yes. All right.
This is the
So
question: is there a ship called Frankie?
there is if you want one. You know how this game works. I say yes to
Okay, I'm
everything.
just- if it's
There are
got a
very
big
vague
pair of
rules,
googly
and
eyes
other
on
than
it,
that, I say
and it's
yes.
just-
Yeah. It changed. Oh, okay. There is not only a shuttle named Frankie. It changes as you do. So whatever
Oh, wow.
Frankie is currently doing, that's the theme of that shuttle. So the other
So right now
shuttles.
it's in a big suit.
Let's just do a brief cutscene. This series of this like a series of scenes where all the shuttles in the
pan.
bay just keep looking over at Frankie as he keeps changing. Oh, oh, oh. At one point, they look over and the ship Frankie is playing Twister with itself in 4 dimensions. It makes the other ships nauseous to watch. The 4 of you
What
get
game
in the
is
ship
the tastiest?
and start to drop down towards the
I don't know
planet.
why I said that.
As you do, you see this planet below you. At first, it almost looks like fields, like endless fields, but then you see there's a pattern to it. And as you get closer, you see what the pattern is. Over half of this planet is a graveyard. It's just rows and rows and rows of headstones. And as you do a little bit of research, as you do a little bit of research on the way in, you see every headstone has the same words on it. It just says guilty. And as you go around the planet to the other side, you realize that in the center of this planet-wide cemetery is a big courthouse. Ship landing pad to one side, and digging implements. An entire field of digging implements just lining up and cycling through maintenance and going out and digging holes. And what do you do?
It is at this point that Bones realizes, how are we going to make the switch?
That is a good question. What do we do
We
now?
considered a massive assault while using the dead people as corpse shields as we raised them from the dead.
Frankie, we can't raise the dead.
Speak for yourself.
Huh?
He can raise the dead, but only while he's in the room. As soon as he leaves.
I have my ways. Just
You
take
just-
me.
Need to get me into the courthouse.
All right. So what do you think? Bluff our way in?
Well, I look like a bailiff. Maybe just me and the
You
bailiff
look like
are
a
on our-
bailiff, yeah. The
I still look
judge,
like a
yeah.
lawyer.
Bones looks like Bones.
I wasn't sure whether you said liar or lawyer, and I realized there's no difference. And
No,
Bones
no
looks like
difference.
Bones.
Yeah.
So
You know what? We'll put you in handcuffs, drag you through the front door, and have you have court session.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I
My
just
word.
happen to have these, and he pulls out a pair of handcuffs. Bones, you've seen these before. They are fake. They're like the ones that they put on Chewie in Star Wars. They're just like, they look like they're clothes, but they're not.
I don't understand the pink
Party
fuzzy
time at
stuff
your
around
house.
it, but you know.
Big fuzzy. Well, it matches my eyes.
And why he's got 3 other sets? Yeah.
The pink fuzz, it matches his eyes. Notice that
It
Bones
matches
does not
his
have
eyes.
any eyes.
Yes.
Have it.
So
puts
with
them on.
so
He
you
tries
land.
to splay his hands out because he realizes he doesn't have any fat for those wrists.
Yep. So yeah, they get put on and they're like dangling oversized. If you tilt your hands forward, they'll fall off. Right? So you have to kind of keep your hands like this to keep them on.
Well, he's got to keep his cigar, right?
Yeah. It's here.
And how do we know that this prisoner won't try to escape by simply putting his hands down? Your Honor, we use the honor system. We pinky swear it.
It's like,
I swear,
If I
I
put my
swear
hand-
I am the honor. He's with me. And now this very thick southern accent vaguely is back. Now that you're
Vaguely.
landing. You land. The doors open. The judge strides boldly forth. You hear, "Are you coming or not?"
Well, Miyoshi's definitely gonna be right behind or beside him.
Is in your bailiff format. You've got your Bones's criminaling, and
Frankie,
Frankie
now has a big briefcase with papers kind of flying out of it.
flying out of it as
trying
you
to
walk
keep
down.
keep up with people.
Absolutely, I love it.
I've got like 12 other cases after this. This is going to be. We can do this.
And just shaking. The paper is just vibrating. And all the papers that fall out behind you just have games of tic-tac-toe on them. Like one per side, huge, big lines. And you've won most of them. You played against yourself, and you won most of them. With that, the doors open. The judge strides boldly forth. The bailiff, the lawyer, and the criminal with. You stride towards the main front entrance of the building. It's a huge, colonnaded, impossibly towered structure. The guards snap to attention outside, the hegemony guards, all of which wear uniforms that you guys now know. You walk through the doors. The judge just walks down the thing, goes, "I'm pretty sure that it's down here. I'm pretty sure it's down here. I lost the map. Has anybody got the map? Where's my chambers?" Anybody gonna help him?
I have maps and charts.
A lot
Yep.
of that.
Yep.
I did actually keep them with me, maps and charts on me, so it's just like,
Yep.
pocket.
Yeah. he looks around because he can't be seen to be touching a criminal. Reaches into your pocket, pulls it. Right, left up here. He takes you a couple hallways and into his office at the end.
Just going to kind of make an aside to Mahoshi, going, "Thank God he didn't go through my briefcase. It's all grenades."
Any of those things. There's
How
As you-
many?
As you get to his office, yes. How many?
Scads.
Lots.
I just
Bunches.
so many.
Lodges.
I just,
As you
I
get to
know.
the office door, he stops and turns to look at you and he says, "He's inside."
Let me go in. See what I can
would
do.
appreciate that.
Are we going to get another weird seducing show?
You boys stay out here. She snaps her fingers, and again, her clothes change, of course.
Yep.
Now
What?
looks like a sexy court reporter.
yeah, I have a line for when we go in there.
Sexy court reporter or a sexy stenographer? Oh, Judge, would you like me to read that back to you?
You step through the door just because for narrative reasons I want these guys to come with you. The judge stays out in the hallway, but these two walk in behind you. You're still, a criminal and a lawyer and a sexy stenographer.
Yeah. As we go
What?
in, Bones
Yeah.
is like, "I object to my sentence. I'm already dead."
Oh,
Oh,
honey,
Bones,
you
Bones,
gotta relax.
Bones, don't worry. I've got you. I object to the sentence. My client is already dead.
Just
No.
relax, you.
The Urbot judge sitting behind the counter looks up at you, Mahoshi, and says, I do declare, ain't you something special?
Of course I am, sweetie pie.
I find you guilty of being sexy. And he bangs his gavel on the counter.
Oh, I hope I ain't too harsh of a punishment for that.
It's death.
I know.
Death by boingy boingy.
Ooh.
Bones leans over to the
Shall
fridge.
we retire?
He doesn't even see us.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even see you at all. Shall you retire to his private chamber?
Does this happen a lot?
I'm afraid increasingly so.
Mihoshi. The judge stands up. Keep laughing because this is about to get worse. He opens the top. As he stands up, you see he is an Urbot. He is unendowed. Let's put it that way. He pulls open the top drawer of his desk and reaches in and goes, oh, what the hell? It's a special occasion. And pulls out an attachment. This one's got lights and bells and whistles and flanges and all kinds of things. And he starts
said
walking.
what he said, but I think she's going to be doing some hard labor.
I put you in this situation the first 2 times, but this time, damn it, girl, you did it to yourself. So, you take the Urbot into the judge's chambers. The fake judge. We're going to have to kill him when he
I know,
comes
but we
out.
know we let him have a happy ending first, and then it's just a quick.
Let him die with a smile.
I've got something I can do for that.
I wanted to use the third
Still
arm.
got drugs.
You've got drugs
Yes,
for a
we do.
robot.
For a robot.
Absolutely. These are really good drugs.
They're from
Which
Seoul.
also gives us the opportunity to use the hand too. Do you sneak in some drugs while he is attempting to attach his attachment?
Oh yes.
Excellent. So you just sneak up and inject him. Let's use that word because that's a very open word and it could mean a lot of different things. You inject him with some drugs. He screams, I can see gods! And runs out of his chambers, half dressed, back into the common room.
There is
The Urbot
before
judge
you
that you
can-
guys brought is just sitting down in his chair and he looks up. The 2 of you are in the room, Frankie and Bones. What do you do?
Before that, the actual Judge Urbot can run out.
Yes.
A big. I'm going to use scrap basically.
Yep.
To grab him as hard as I can
Yep.
and just bring him back in.
Oh, no,
Grab
he's just
him by
running out
the
of
back
his
of the neck.
office back into the office that you guys are in.
Oh,
from
okay.
his
Then I'm just
chambers
going to
back into
I'm just going to walk over to him,
Ah!
gonna pick him up
Ah!
and crumple him up into a little tiny ball.
Like this. Very much. I feel like a nugget.
I'm going to do I have to roll for this?
No, we're right to the end here. This is the point of the night where we just tell me what we're going to do. You fold
He's
up
just
the
kind of-
judge.
And then he's kind of
all I'm gonna
bounced on
add
the
to
ground
it
a
is
few
that-
times.
Yeah, and then you put him into a red and white striped bucket with his own picture on the front. Well, I mean, she got him
KFC.
fried. All you did is put him in a bucket.
JFC.
Yeah.
it's
JFC, Judge
KFR.
Fried Chicken.
Wouldn't it be JFR still? Judge Fried Robots?
Judge Fried Robots, yeah. Robot Chicken, Judge Fried Robot Chicken. Let's get sued.
Oh, robot
Let's
chicken.
go.
There we go.
Yes. Yes. That's what robots eat. They eat robot chicken. Everybody knows that. So, as he jumps out, Frankie, you're folding him up into chunks. At that same moment, what is Bones doing?
Ah, the attachment. I touched the attachment.
Well, Bones was going to give him a up and close look at the third arm,
Yep. How
But,
so? Well, he's folding them up, so you've got ultimate access. Where do you want to put the third arm?
Well, this was going to be the thing. Bones would have jumped up, grabbed the back of the judge's head,
Yeah.
and thrust. The thrust is the firing action.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you do that first. That's all right.
And then as the head snaps back, you just grab the remains and fold him up. And he is now dead and deep fried.
And he's like,
in the
kablamo!
bucket.
That's
In
'cause he
the
does
bucket. The new
You know,
judge.
can we keep it? Can we keep it? I've always wanted a souvenir from these things.
The new judge sitting behind his desk says, "I prefer you would. Can you get the hell out of here?"
Absolutely. Quick, we'll take those handcuffs off and we'll yell, "He's been acquitted!"
I got a life sentence!
But I'm dead, so it don't
It's
matter.
been served!
I'm
And-
certain she just walks out. She's still in her sexy outfit.
Absolutely, still in the gear, and the three of you are easily able to walk out because nobody. If you're in the front of a courthouse, nobody bugs you. It's not till you go in the back that you're in jail, right? So you guys just walk out free at last, finally free, out into the world, onto the Fiona. No, which one was this?
Francesca.
Francesca, the fancy one, right?
Ah, Francesca.
And poof, lifting off, heading back to the Rebel Dalliance. As you arrive, things are a little different. The lighting is darker. There's another voice. You can hear Rebel, but you can also hear another voice. And you can hear the music as soon as I find it. As you guys step back onto the bridge of the Rebel Dalliance, Queen Bernie stands before you for the first time you've ever seen her in real life. She's got her elbow on Rebel's head, like she's leaning against him like a post. She has done that thing where she's got the one hip cocked so far, like you're thinking there's no way a spine can be attached to that because it's way over there. She's got the knee-high metal plate mail 6-inch stiletto boots, leather pants, a leather jacket, the steely golden eyes, a red tattoo on her head that actually crawls and moves as she talks. And she looks at the three.
You know, those boots look fantastic. I bet they'd look even better on the Hoshi's floor. I'm hitting on her for you. Is this a help?
These
Yeah,
boots
she's gonna
were made for walking, and they're going to. And she just steps forward and pins you to the wall with one heel. They're gonna walk all over you.
Oh, no thanks. Just walks like the body separates. Just kind of walks out.
and part of the body's not listening; it's doing its own thing. As the queen lets you go, she turns around and looks at the rest of you and says, "You've been quite impressive. How would you like to bring down an empire for me?
Is the pay good?
Lord Bones? Lady
Haven't been
Mihoshi? Duke? Frankie?
I just prefer Frankie. Frankie!
We'll make it a title for you, darling.
Frankie. I like the sound of that.
Rebel's just like, really, Frankie? You're going with Frankie? And it
Well, I don't know
she
what else
slaps
to
him
go.
across the face. Right, dear, right, I'll shut up. Yep, I'll
Do I
shut
get a
up.
special belt if I do? Because I would love to have a Frankie D. Rose's belt.
And you do. It says in red letters across the back, Frankie. The rest of it, it's a leather belt with red roses carved all the way around. It is Frankie Rose's belt.
Frankie D. Rose's belt.
Frankie D. Rose's belt.
I've been sitting on that for ages.
She reaches over and picks up Rebel by the throat. On a human, this would be like she'd be choking him out, but she's just picked him up. And he just goes limp.
The neck would just extend.
Yeah, Rebel just goes limp, and he's like just waiting to like those boneless cats, when you grab them. And she says, I've got some business to attend to, and she shakes Rebel, and he sounds like a bell. He just kind of goes bong 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 bong.
Wow, I didn't know you had it in you.
And then we'll talk. I'm thinking we start with the library.
Oh,
but first,
Frankie can't read.
You don't need to read, dear. You're going to burn it down. And she turns around and hurls Rebel, like just throws him like a baseball, and he goes right through the wall of the Rebel Dalliance, just like it's gyprock, and he crashes onto a gigantic king-size bed in that room that you didn't know was there. She takes 3 quick strides across the room, and as she steps through the hole, the boots and the jacket fall to the ground on your side, and the wall goes whoomp. And the Rebel Dalliance... The Rebel Dalliance says, no one needs to see that.
Was that my bed from when we were chatting on the cans?
Was, I think, is the key word. You probably don't want that back.
It's sentient. It's going to have a bad time.
You can hear, as you say that, you can hear the sound of breaking frames and screams coming from the next room, and it's your bed.
And they're not all rebels.
I was like, this one's going
They're
on
not
here.
even through the foreplay yet. The bed's already broken.
Okay, Mahoshi, you have something to say, and we keep interrupting you.
It looks like we're having fun. It looks like they're having fun in there. At least somebody got to have fun today.
Look, we're sorry. It just you injected him with the drugs, and then he ran out, and then we had to kill him before he went and totally naked and running around. And I mean, would it help you if someone else had fun with you? Not me. I'm not volunteering. But Frankie just doesn't roll like that.
She holds up his attachment and says, I think I got something compensation, but I'm gonna have to give
If
my
you'd
room
like,
back.
you can have the entire drawer full if you want.
She walks
This is
out with the
This is one of those
drawer.
flashback moments where you burn one stress and you say you did something earlier. So
There
So,
you
yeah.
go.
Can I
Yeah.
do that? Because I don't actually have to burn a stress to do that.
not really. No. What are you taking?
Oh, I'm burning the flashback so I can just. Would this help? And I just hand her the drawer full of attachments.
Okay.
Well, that was what the stress was for. I grabbed the attachments on the way out.
Okay.
Uh,
So yeah,
okay.
Frankie, you go, would this help? And you hold out and you look down and I could have sworn there was a bunch of willies in there. And you look over and she's got them all in her hand. Thanks, Frankie.
Then she just waddles over into her room and says, don't bother me for a little while.
The door closes and it comes up, do not disturb.
The sock on the door.
Yeah, there's a sock on the door handle. It grows a door handle first, then there's a sock on it. So we know how Mahoshi's finishing today. We know how Rebel and the Queen are finishing today.
Would you like to do a
Let's-
large game of patty
Frankie.
cake?
Frankie and Bones, you guys are in the on the bridge.
Bones has a bit of reading up to do, and he's like, well, it looks like it's the end of my shift. I haven't done any of the paperwork.
And you look,
'Cause he knows April.
yeah. I was gonna say, you look over to the piloting station, right, where you've been there like a total of like 7 minutes in the last day. There's empty pizza boxes. There's a beer that's 3/4 done sitting on the counter. There's like some socks and a pair of
How
underwear
dare
on the
you
floor.
call that Guinness beer?
The ash. There's an ashtray that's just like
Yep. Heaping full of
5 or
butts,
6.
even though you never actually put it out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the same cigar.
Yep. And the whole place smells like cigar and pineapple pizza. Frankie, as Bones heads down the hallway, you see him start. Is he undoing his head as he sort of heads? That's how I kind of see him as he's heading to his room, like, oh, long day, like a man, like a businessman taking off his tie. He's just undoing the neck strap as he walks down the hall. Oh, long day.
I forgot about the bolts. Damn it.
Yeah,
he had two metal straps over his mouth.
Right.
Because Q didn't want him talking because he's annoying.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll retcon this. At some point you undid 2 of the bolts, so he still looks like a skull and crossbones. But when he talks, they move with his upper lip.
Wouldn't they move with his lower jaw?
Yes.
In a physics-driven world, yes. As he goes into his room, Frankie, you find yourself alone on the bridge. But Frankie is never alone, because the Twister box appears.
No, I'm more in the mood for Monopoly. God damn it, my snappers!
And behind you,
5 different board games.
I was just going to say, behind you, where you can't see it, it's like, sorry, Game of Life. And finally, Monopoly is, oh.
That one's good. And you, he points to an imaginary friend.
Who turns into the dog token and sits on the other side of the table.
Yes. And you will play against me. Now,
and the shoe.
The first rule is we're pirates, so we steal the money.
and you and all of the figures, all of the all the pewter figures from Monopoly are all sitting around the Monopoly board playing a very complicated game of pirate Monopoly. But the thing with pirate Monopoly is no 2 people play it by the same set of rules. So there's basically 7 of you sitting around the table all cheating. There's no money left in the bank. It is just constantly being changed back and forth between the 2. Entire sides of the board are changing transactionally from one person to another. Somebody's burning down hotels for the protection money. Yeah,
someone's coming for an inspection. Oh, we need to bribe him.
They shut down Baltic Avenue because the sewers weren't good enough. You know, there's riots outside Park Place. Boardwalk is being pillaged by pirates. Yeah, it's a complicated game.
And little tiny holographic versions of us have to be.
Yes, of each of you, including a little tiny Frankie. There's a little tiny shoe and a little tiny train and a little tiny car and a little tiny Frankie, a little silver Frankie that just sits at the thing, and every time he moves, he changes. And the weird part is, just like our game, in that game of Monopoly, everybody wins. And as the ship sits in a dark spot in space, on the planet below, the judge starts signing documents. And social services are put in place. And tax laws are changed. And all kinds of liberal activities start to occur.
Liberal.
Absolutely, with a big capital L. Like I mean it in a political sense. So on one planet, it is infested by drugs. Another planet, infested by forward thinking. The sector will never be the same. And next door, in the sector just discovered, you see 2 large, jolly fellows sitting in a chair, blowing up assholes. They line them up. They put them down. There's a whole row of little assholes. And behind them, there are 2 other giants peeling tiny, tiny fruit and eating the tiny, pulpy fruit and taking the yellow bit and spreading it out in various places.
Are they giant monkeys?
Those ones are, yes. And very tiny, tiny bananas. And spreading them out. Every time they put a banana peel down, because it is the law of banana peels, you cannot see it until you slip on it. The skins and the assholes are being prepared. In what these people honestly believe is a fun way to say hello to their new neighbors. But their new neighbors are a little puckered, and they might need to loosen up just a bit. Well, except for the
Otherwise,
ones that
nothing
are
will
all
get
on
through
drugs. They'll be fine. And with that, with the universe at that perfect balancing point of chaos, where there's just enough law left in the land so that the law-abiding citizens aren't worried yet. But the tables have turned, the balance has shifted, and the chaos cometh. And for right now, everything's hunky-dory, fine and dandy, grand and glorious, and everybody just won at Monopoly. And with that, we will drop the curtain on tonight's show. Special mission next week, working for the Queen. Anything anybody wants to add before I do my bit?
Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kevin, for doing the game. And thank
Oh.
you to my fellow players for being very fun people to roleplay with. And
Oh, yeah.
letting me
Wow.
do crazy, crazy, crazy things.
Awesome, wonderful,
And
marvelous.
I
Thank
made
you.
some of those crazy things as well. So thank you so much for that, and thank you, Kevin, for this game. It's fun.
Oh, Scarred, thank you so much. Solar, thank you so much. That leaves us with Bison. Thank you so much for playing with us tonight. I love multiple characters, and I'm glad we got one in this game that worked. Hey, that other one is 100% on me, and I will make up. I will make up for that at some point. But yes, thank you so much for playing our three-headed so far. Star, you've got a week to come up with 2 more balls.
Yep. I'm thinking probably. Well, I was actually thinking 3 and 7 work as a tandem. So.
Okay. Yep. And you've got
Might have
4.
to-
I mean, 4 is behind you already. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's
So we
2
will have
more.
to see where that goes. 2 more balls for next
I'm
week.
almost have enough for a game of snooker.
You just can't have enough balls. You almost play 9 ball. Almost. With that, my favorite part of this. Apparently, you
I
need to wear a hat.
Oh, I gotta find one that fits my head. very oddly
I got
shaped
that
head.
problem too. I'm not an overly large person, but I have an extraordinarily large melon. So he is there in his many hats. Absolutely. Oh, I know what we need. We need a beanie with triangular sections, each a different color with a number on it. So you can just rotate to whichever one you are.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh. Anyway, with that happy thought, my favorite part of the night, the thank yous. Thank you so much, Solar. I love Mahoshi. She is just this innocent in a world of just outrageous, crazy violence, and she just doesn't understand that it's all bad because everything's good because she's smiling because she's Mahoshi. I love it. Thank you so much for bringing that joy to this insane world that we're building.
It's fun.
Scarred, thank you for bringing the insane to this insane world that we're building. Every time it starts to get a little bit normal, you're just like, nope. Thank you for that. This game was supposed to be crazy from the beginning. It has been, and you're a huge part of that by just never letting me ever take the easy way out. Always pushing me, always making me go one step further. Thank you for that. I appreciate that very, very much. And Bison, man, all these people, all these characters, the calmness. I mean, they're all nuts. Every single one of these balls is nuts. But compared to the rest of everybody around, they're just these little Buddhist balls floating through space and time.
I was not expecting Bones to play the straight man in this mission. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, we'll let him out again sometime soon and see what happens next time. They already did, Lainey. They already did. Actually, they always do. These people are amazing.
Yes.
I always get thanked.
My
It
nutty
was
balls.
wonderful.
Well,
And
Hellhounds,
speaking of which, yes, go. Yeah.
I was gonna say just for Hellhounds, 4-ball is fuzzy, so he's my little
Yes.
furball.
Yes, he is a furball.
It's
He's
wonderful.
He was coughed up by a cat once. No. And there's two more thank yous I still got to get through. One of them is our Twitch people that watch this live. Thank you so much. We had some new ones today. Lance, I'm so happy that your computer or your phone finally stuck with us through a whole session. Thank you so much. Very cool. Dak, good to see you back again. Lainey, good to see you for the first time. Welcome to the Discord as of this afternoon. If you like this, you will love the fun shots. They're like this, but with less control.
There's even less to remember.
Less to remember, and there's no consequences because fun shots, there's no next week. So please feel free to go over to the Discord and sign up for those. There's one next week, and then there'll be more going up this month. There was control. Yes, this was a very control. This was a tightly. They almost plotted this week. They very nearly plotted this week.
Very nearly had a plan at some point.
Almost had a story. They actually got a mission accomplished. It took them about 32 minutes this week, which is about average. An hour and a bit of farting around and then 32 minutes to accomplish the mission. Just like all the best action movies, man. A lot of foolishness at the start and then a lot of bang, bang, bang in the last 20 minutes. And that leaves me one more thank you, and it's the weird one because it's for people that don't exist yet. It's the people that watch this on YouTube in the future. Thank you for watching this anywhere you watched it. We all appreciate it. Check us out on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays live here, and some Tuesdays. Speaking of which, a week from this upcoming Tuesday, somebody other than me gets to sit in the big chair, and I get to just be a character for a week on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. That's not this upcoming Tuesday, but the week after that on our screenshots, where anybody but me gets to run a session of whatever game they want. Until then, and until next week, as always, please be nice to each other. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.